Read this.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 11. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God.
So the Lord said we got to be careful that we don't forget the Most High, read.
And not keeping his commandments.
So not keeping his commandments means you forgot the Lord, right? So everybody in the Christian church forgot the Lord, man. But they telling you ain't got to do nothing, man. Right? But come put your money in that plate, man. Right? That's the only law you got to, because that's in Malachi, in Deuteronomy, the 14th chapter. So if the law done away with, then you ain't got to pay tithes. Go tell pastor, you know what I mean? Go take him an apple, man. Right? Read again.
Beware that thou forget not.
How you doing, brother? You know your nationality? You know your nationality? You know your nationality?
Nationality?
Yeah. What nation you come from?
Kemet.
Kemet? Brother, you believe in the Bible?
Huh?
You don't believe in the Bible?
Not the version I taught.
Huh?
Not the version that most people have been taught, though.
What version you talking about?
The average Christian has been taught about Christianity.
Basically lying.
Huh?
You want to know the truth about the Bible, right? That's why
No, he's saying he don't believe in the Bible, really.
he said the version.
Well, he's saying they've been tampered with. All right. How do we get over here?
How do we get over here?
Yeah.
History says by a ship, in the hull of a ship.
Give me Deuteronomy 28:68. Let me show you something, brother. Now, are you basing on the Bible being false based on Christianity, or you read it and you saw some things in it to make you say this ain't true?
I would say the way it's been interpreted.
Right. Okay, that's good. So what we out here to do, man, is show our people that this is our history book. And they took our book and took it and made a universal book. But when you read the book, it's only talking to us the whole time. And we're going to prove it. Let me do Deuteronomy 28:68 real quick.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
I was going to church all my life. I stopped believing in the book. Right? Until I read it. Until I actually read it and stopped listening to people. Read.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now if you know about the history of the Israelites, they came out of Egypt. They was in slavery in Egypt. And Moses brought them out. So they already just came out of Egypt. But he said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again. Right? Let's get the definition of Egypt in the Bible. Read.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt is synonymous with slavery or bondage. So he's basically telling them, I'm going to put you in slavery again. Right? Read. Go back to 28:68.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
Ships.
Now they walked in and walked out. You can't find nowhere else in the Bible anybody went into slavery on a ship. So this is a future prophecy. This is something that was going to happen in the future. And we know that only in history that only happened to us. 1492, 1619, right? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
It said we wouldn't see our homeland again. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
When we got off the slave ships, what happened? We were sold, right? From Master Jackson Plantation to Master Johnson Plantation. They come take your kids. Read. To who?
Your enemies.
Oh, your friends.
Enemies.
So we were sold into our enemies. Who are we sold to? We were sold to the same people who took this book, made a slave Bible, right? And only put certain verses in there and gave it to the slaves to read. Right? The same people, why you don't believe in it. Give me 32. All right, let's go to another curse.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Whose sons and daughters was given into another people? Our sons and daughters was given into another people. They jump up to 15. Because they make billions of dollars off out here. They make movies about it, right? But they don't tell us why. They tell, all we know, we were slaves, we went to slavery, but they don't tell us why we went into captivity. Why were they able to come? You got two big, all these strong brothers, and you mean to tell me these people can just come over and grab us up like that? Let's see what happened with this.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the Lord said, if we break his commandments, meaning we don't do what he say do, if we start following out the other nations' gods and worshiping their gods, doing what they do, he said all these curses are going to come upon you and overtake you. Right? Read, let's go through another curse, 16.
cursed shalt thou be in the city.
How do we live in the cities of these people we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth in slavery? We cursed in the city, man. Last hired, first fired, right? Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Hey, we was cursed in the tobacco field, right? In the sugarcane field. That's being cursed in the field, man, getting your back beat in, man. Right? Picking cotton till your fingers bleed, right? Hey, man, being at the job, man, with the so-called white man, your supervisor, man, and you being underpaid, that's being cursed in the work field today, right? Hey, man, getting shot by the police in the streets, man, and that's being cursed in the field, on video, and he's getting out for it. Hey, a brother in Dallas, Texas, by that woman, Emma Geiger, gets shot in his house, man, while he eating ice cream. And they get a woman 10 years. She gonna do 5 years and get off. But the woman, right, it's a woman, man, that I think she took her son to a different school out of the jurisdiction, right? And they gave her 5 years, 10 years. Now, she didn't kill nobody. It was a 16-year-old, right, who was getting bit by a cop dog, and he stabbed the cop dog, and they gave him 15 years in prison.
Consider a police dog just like a cop. You can get life for that.
But I'm just saying, though, it lets you know that they don't value your life. But this woman went in the house and shot this brother dead. He in the crib like we do, without shirt out, eating ice cream, watching TV.
In his house.
In his house. Talking about imagine you go kill somebody, you say, I thought it was my house.
You got death penalty.
You got the death penalty, man. Read.
Yes, he got 65 years. He was 15.
Yeah, 65 years. Read that. Destroyed his life, man.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
Another curse, we will be an astonishment. That's why they look at us. Look at these niggas, man. They don't know who they are. Think they black, African American, Kemet, right? The Lord said we would be byword. A byword is being called outside your God-given nationality. A color of a crayon box is a byword. Black. Cannot go to the land of black. Right? Read.
Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
No matter where we at, in China, where we at, man, we're going to be an astonishment and a byword and a proverb. A proverb is a smart saying. All these nations got little sayings they say about us. Right? Read.
And book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So these curses that we read, the Lord said they will be upon us for a sign in the last days. A sign, just like we know what a sign, that sign says public. That let me know it's food in there if I want to go buy food. These curses let you know who you are, who is God's chosen people, right? Because we were going to be discontinued from who we are. And in the last days, this is what's going to bring us back before the Lord destroy this place and deliver us again, just like he delivered us out of Egypt, right? Read.
And upon thy seed forever. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
He said you're going to have to serve your enemies when you're hungry. So guess what? We got to go to Publix. We don't own the Publix. Walmart, we don't own no stores. Read.
And in thirst.
We want something to drink, some water. Right? We shouldn't have to pay for water. It's a curse to have to go buy water. Some people don't got water, man. In Flint, Michigan, the water's poison, man. That's a curse, man. Hey, man, you got airplanes flying in the sky. You got cars that drive itself, right? You got LED lights. You got all this technology, but you can't get no clean water. That's by design. Read.
And in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So you want clothes on your backs, if you want an education, you got to go to this man. He's going to tell you his story. He's not going to tell you the truth. If he didn't treat you right, which makes you think he's going to teach you right? Right? So if you want somewhere to live, you got to go to, they gentrifying our neighborhood. Now it's hard to even afford a place to live, man. And that's being cursed in the cities, man. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Who else had yokes of iron on their neck, man? Our forefathers did, man. Read.
Until he hath destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed you. Meaning what? Once you've been destroyed mentally, right? You lost your mother tongue, now you speaking English, right? I can take the chains off, because these niggas are destroyed.
Right.
Right? So nobody cannot, when I read this, nobody could tell me this ain't a true book. This is prophetic. It's talking about these people on that sign. Nobody else fit these curses. So the so-called white man in our homeland calling himself Jewish, because he wished he was the Jew, right, is the devil according to the Bible. Because the suffix ish means what? To pertain to. If I say that shirt is black-ish, that don't mean it's black, right? There's no Jewish in here, in the Torah, right? It's Jewish short for the tribe of Judah, one of Jacob's sons. So the Jews are from the tribe of Jacob, not Jewish to pertain to, right? Read.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 55. 24. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Wait a minute. So the Lord said we used to be tender and delicate. How you doing, brother? How your family? What, can I help you with something? But now our eye is evil towards one another, man. Right? You step on the brother's shoe, man, he might put you to death, man. Right? You got on the wrong color, he might put you to death, man. That's your eye being evil towards your own brother. Right? But the white man can shoot your mama in the face, man, and you won't do a damn thing. Right? You go to your neighborhood and sell your people drugs, but you won't go in their neighborhoods and sell them the drugs. Right? The sister get beat down by the cops, get by the so-called white man, get pistol whipped. Where all the gangsters was at? Where the Crips and the Bloods at? So the Lord said, I would only be evil toward one another. Read.
And towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Who's known for leaving their children? Us. I don't know how many of us that grew up without our fathers in the house. That's a curse the Lord said will happen to his people. Right? So what we're showing you is this is a true book, and it's our book. It ain't talking about them nowhere in the Bible. Give me Job 9:24. Let's see what the Lord said about these people, man. In the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. Read this.
Book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Who runs the earth today? Who got all the resources? Who make the laws? Who got all the oil? Who go around bombing everybody? Right? Who set up all the religions? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So the Lord will tell you the same people he said was your enemies you'll be sold to, the same people who run the earth today. Read.
He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of the judges. That's why you got this white man, Caesar Borgia, painted up as our Lord, as our big brother, Yahweh Shai, which they call Jesus Christ. Now he's a white man. We go in the Bible and tell you he looks like you, brother. Right? Read.
He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So the Lord asked a rhetorical question. He said, if this man ain't the devil in the earth, you tell me where and who. You tell me who is. Right? Give me Jeremiah 17:4. Because this is what happened to us, man. Right? We was cut off, man, because we broke the commandments. And we are known in the Bible as a stiff-necked and rebellious people. We rebellious as hell, man. Right? We want to do what we want to do. We want to follow the world. We want to do everything but what the Lord told us to do. Right. And the Lord said, if you keep my commandments, I will put you on high above all nations, like he meant to do in the beginning. Read.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
He said, you're going to be cut off. So, of course, in the last day, you wouldn't know who you were. Right? Matter of fact, you would totally reject your history. You're not going to find this out nowhere else. No matter what religion, the Quran means to recite. Right? That's why they took the Torah. Right? Read.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
The Bible saying the same thing all the way in Jeremiah. Read.
In the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger.
So we in the land that we know it's not. Give me Matthew 15:24. So we're going to keep going into the New Testament. That's why Christ said this, man. Right? Hey, because these people tell you that he came for everybody. They try to put themselves into the mix. But they don't fit none of these curses. It ain't got nothing to do with them, man. Only thing is in here is their judgment. Read this.
Book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
We the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Why are we lost? Because we don't know that we Israel. Right? So he didn't say he came for everybody. He said he came for the lost sheep. Right? In these last days, we have to repent. Give me Hosea 5:15. Because repentance is for us. Christ, he got on the cross and died for us. He was that sacrificial lamb without blemish. Right? That got on the cross and gave his life for us. Because what would we used to do? We would go sin, and then we'll take lambs and we'll take cattle with blemishes and serve it up to the Lord and offer it up. But we'll go back and keep sinning. As long as you got a sacrifice, you just gonna keep sinning. So the Lord we needed a sacrifice without blemish. So he sent his son to do it because he knew we were stiff-necked and rebellious and we weren't learning. We were still marrying the other women of the other nations. We were still serving their gods. Right? We were still mingling with the other nations. And he said, we are separate from, we're not supposed to be with these other nations. So he said, since you don't want to serve me, you want to serve your enemy, I'm going to put him over you. Right? And now we've been ruled over by our enemies. Read this. This is what the Lord said to Israel.
5 and 15.
Yeah, gotcha. The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
The Lord said, I'm going to go and return to my place. Israel means prince with power with God. We always had the power in the Lord on our side. But he said he's going to go. We don't have it now. Look, we can't stand up to this man's military, this man's force. He got all the power on the earth, man. That's why he can do what he do to us. Because we don't have our power with us. Because he turned and returned to his place and left us. Read.
Till what?
Until they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
He said in your affliction, you're going to seek the Lord. So our people out here seeking the Lord. That's why they into Christianity, because we have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So the Lord said, until you acknowledge that we committed sin against our God and that he is the most high God, Yahweh, right? He said he's going to allow these people to rule over us, right? Give me Baruch 2 and 29. So this book is prophetic. It's already written. Everything that's happened is already written, right? So we out here to wake up our people, to tell them to repent. If they don't repent, you're going to die in the land with your enemies, because he's coming back to destroy this place. He's coming back. America's about to be burnt up to smithereens. It's going to be wiped off the face of the planet, right, by ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's why everybody got nuclear weapons. They ain't got it just to put in a new museum. It's in the book. It's in the Bible, right? Read this. 2 and 29.
2 and 30.
Book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me.
The Lord said he knew he wouldn't listen, right? Read.
Because it is a stiff-necked people.
Stiff-necked people. That's why he sent his prophets out. He said, hey, if we had suits on and we was in the church, everybody be listening, right? But he said his prophets would send them out to the streets. But he said he knew that they wouldn't be listening. 100 people walked by, right? Read.
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
And the land, the Lord is sending the Spirit down to stir up our memory. We in the land of our captivity. Read.
And shall know that I am the Lord their God.
He's the Lord our God. Come on.
For I will give them an heart and ears to hear.
He said in that day, after the affliction, right, he said, then he's going to bring us back. He's going to give us the ear and the heart to hear. Read. That's why you're listening now. Come on.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
He said, in the land that you will carry captives, you're going to praise the Lord. Come on.
And think upon my name from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers.
He's going to bring us into the land again that he promised our fathers. Read.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's your forefather. That's who you come from. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? But the world made them all, now they all white. You watch the movie, King David white, Moses white. What did the Bible say? The Bible said they look like us. Right. Give me Jeremiah 14 and 2. Yeah. Give me the book of Jeremiah 14 and 2. So what we're showing you is what's actually in the Bible is not what they out there teaching. All right?
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So the Bible says Judah, which you would be from the tribe of Judah, a Jew. He said, we in mourning. Those Jewish people over there now, they're not mourning. They own all the banks. Hey, we got to go to them for a loan. Right? They own the entertainment industry, all the TV stations. They're not mourning. We mourning, man. We still marching around for peace. We?
They are black unto the ground.
No, they white.
They are black unto the ground.
Wait a minute, they're what?
Black unto the ground.
So, what's wrong with us? We don't read. Right? Hey, what they say, you want to hide something from a black man, put it in the book. Because we don't like to read. We like to run our mouth and talk about what we think we know, but we don't like to read. Because if we read, we'd have found out that the Jews are black.
Right.
Give me Revelations 2 and 9 real quick. Right? Yeah, go back to Baruch.
Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God.
Now this is future prophecy. This is what's going to happen. Just like he said all the other stuff was going to happen, and it happened. The rest of the stuff in this book is going to happen.
And they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them.
We ain't going back into captivity again. All right? Give me Revelation 13:9. Revelation 13:9. We ain't going into captivity no more. But the Bible says somebody going into captivity. Right? Hey, 7 is the number of completion. We was in captivity under the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Persian and Medes, the Assyrians, the Greeks, the Romans, and here in America, 7 captivities.
One question. Who are the Egyptians?
Who are the Egyptians?
It's in Africa.
Give me, we're not Africans. Give me Leviticus 11:7. Let me show you something, brother. Right? Hey, if we was Africans, why did they call us Negroes? Why didn't they say whites only and Africans? Why they call us colored? Then why they changed our nationality to Afro-American? We was calling ourselves after hairstyle. If we was just Africans, just because you dark skinned don't mean you're the same people. Is the Japanese and the Chinese the same? No, it's 2 different nations. That's Moab and Ammon. The Moabites and the Ammonites. Yeah, I got it. Read this.
The book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Hold on. So the Lord said he put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Right? Read this. Now this is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. This is to let you know these scholars know this. All right? But they don't want you to know this. Read this. Hey, it's a benefit to them for you to think you African. All right? Read this.
Ham, the youngest.
Now you know about Ham, Shem, and Japheth after the flood? All right, read this.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He's the father of the dark races. But watch this, brother.
Not the Negroes.
But what?
Not the Negroes.
But what?
Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. No, that's it.
So those are other African nations, but not the Negroes.
They were brown skinned.
Right. Because we dark skinned too. So Africans, they teaching in school now that Africans sold Africa. No, they sold Israelites. Right? They surrounded us up and sold it because we fled into Africa. Give me that in Babylon to Timbuktu. Let me show you something, brother. Page 84, I think. I think it's page 84. Right? This is the world's best kept secret, man. But the Lord said in the last days, knowledge shall increase. And the truth will come out and we will come back to who we are. Right? So that's what's going on right now. You got it?
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that
Quote it. Quote the
from Babylon to Timbuktu
this book is Babylon. You can buy this on Amazon for like $8. From Babylon to Timbuktu, read.
by Rudolph R. Winter.
Rudolph R. Winter. All right, read this.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
1 million Jews fled into Africa. Come on.
Fleeing the Roman persecution.
Doing what?
Fleeing the Roman persecution.
Wasn't they in captivity under the Romans during the time of Christ? Right. That's history. Read.
And slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
Oh, I thought the Jews were white.
Black Jewish slaves.
Full of black Jewish slaves. So we fled into Africa in 70 AD, fleeing from Roman persecution. Because why would we flee? We fled into Africa because we dark skinned so we can blend in with them. Right? So if Christ was a so-called white man, why would Joseph and Mary flee into Africa to hide from King Herod? Right? They little red behind gonna stand right out, man. It's gonna be easy to find them. So it lets you know, man, that this place. Give me Hosea 4:1 real quick. In the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Right? That's why the Lord said this. How you doing, brother?
What's up, boss? How you doing? Book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Yeah, always talking to Israel. The whole Bible. Read.
For the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
So the Most High got a controversy with this place, man. And the inhabitants of the land, man. Because there's no truth. There ain't nothing but lies, man. Right? So that's why this is coming out now. We are not Egyptians. The Lord said he put a difference. He said, shall not a dog. He called the other nations dogs. Give me Isaiah 40:17. Because we got to understand who we are, man, and what the Lord thinks about. The Creator who created everybody. What he thinks about us and what he thinks about the other nations, man. So it's time for the so-called black man to stand up, lift his head up, gird up his loins, and be a man, man, and get ready to take the kingdom. Right? The Lord said we're going to take the kingdom.
Right.
Right? So we got to stand up and get ready, man. He's raising his army up. 12,000 from each tribe. That's why you're going to see brothers on the streets in these last days, man. Read.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 17.
Start at 15.
15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as small, and are counted as the small dust of the balance.
It's like you got dust on your shelf. That's what the Lord said these other nations are, man. Read.
Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
Hey, they take up the isle of a little thing, man. Go to 17.
All nations before him are as nothing.
All nations before Jacob are as nothing. Come on.
And they are counted to him less than nothing.
What is less than nothing, brother? So why pastor don't read that part? Give me 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. Right? So this term, black and white, was given to us because white means righteous, holy, right? We've never seen nobody the color of my shirt. They're red in the Bible. That's why they had to switch everything up. That's that crafty counsel. And they say we black because black means wicked, darkness, evil, right? But we're not black, right? Black is a color, man. You've never seen a black. I don't care how dark they are, they're not black. We're derivatives of brown. Read this.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54.
That's why the Lord said this about these other nations. Because he created them, we know them. We don't know them. We want to cleave to them and be like them, man. Right? This the Lord said about this man right here, man. Who stole America, man. Right? Who's going into captivity. Thus saith the Lord, man. Read.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all.
So we all come from Adam. Come on.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people that he's chosen. Read.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Damn. So the Lord made the whole earth for our sakes, man. Read.
As for the other people,
He's going to tell you about the other people.
which also come of Adam,
They come from Adam too. Read.
thou hast said that they are nothing.
He's saying the same thing Isaiah said. He said these people ain't nothing, man. Read.
But be like unto spittle,
He said they like spit coming off your mouth when you talking, man. Read.
and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So if I got a big vessel, a big bucket of water, and I'm running upstairs and a drop fall out, am I going to care about that drop? No, this ain't nothing but a drop of water. Read.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathens, which have ever been reputed as nothing,
He said these damn heathens always been known to be nothing. Read.
have begun to be lords over us.
Now they lords over us, man. Right? Now they shooting us down in the street. Now they calling us minority. Right? But the Lord said the children of Israel are like the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered nor counted. They're the minority. Hey, they dying. It's a report just came out. The so-called white man is dying faster than he's been born, man. That's why he got to get crafty and try to poison the water and do population control. Because the sand is killing him, man. Eating him up, man. Read. Give me that in Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Right, so now, nah, it's good on that. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. So this is what we out here to tell our brothers, man, especially our elder brothers, man. Especially our elder brothers, because our elder brothers have really been destroyed and lied to, right? And confounded. Read.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel,
Now that we know that we're not black, we're not Africans, right? And we know we're the Israelites, God's chosen people, read.
what does the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord, and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good.
So for your good, we got to keep the commandments because that's what got us in the condition that we're in. So we have to come because he said until you acknowledge your offense. So now in these last days, we're bringing our people back together and we're saying we got to keep the commandments of God.
Right.
The church lied to us, right? Give me a little forget it's 21 and 5. Here's a commandment, a simple commandment that we break every day, right? Read. And this is called sobering up, man. That's why the Lord said we drunk, but not with wine. Because we drunk our philosophy in the world, right? He said you staggering, but not with strong drink. You know, people get so drunk, and you like, how do you get so drunk? And they falling all over. That's how the Lord said the children of Israel, we drunk, but we drunk on the philosophies of the world. Read.
Book of Leviticus chapter 21 verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
Because that's what the Egyptians was doing. When we was in Egypt, we was doing what they were. We was shaving our head bald like they was. Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
And we're not supposed to shave our beard off. Your beard is a badge of manly dignity. It's like a lion in his mane. You cut that mane off that lion, you take his dignity from him, man. Now he look like the lioness. So we're not supposed to, you can trim it and make it look nice, but we're not supposed to cut into our beard. That's a simple commandment that we break. When we got off the slave ships, first thing they did was shave our beards off, all our men's beards off, and called us boy. Right? Go ahead.
I was going to say, genetically, the Lord must have another plan for me because I don't grow one.
Hey, well, you
That's
keep
all I
what you
get
got.
is this.
Hey, man, some brothers can't grow it.
Yeah.
Right? And you just keep what you got.
Yeah.
Right? It's about keeping the commandments to the best of your ability. Right? Give me Leviticus 11:7. Right? These are simple commandments, right, that we used to keep. He said, seek after your forefathers, man. Read.
Book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
So the Lord said the pork, swine, the pig is unclean to us. They can eat it. They can do what they want to do. But he gave the commandments to us. He created the animal. So he's telling you it's not clean. Right? It has skin like we got skin, but it don't sweat. Right? So the Lord said it's unclean. We're not supposed to eat. Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
We ain't even supposed to touch it. Right? If you're defiling yourself, that is an unclean beast, man. But what our people, we love that bacon. We love them pork chops. Because what did the white man used to give us? The scraps from the hog, man, in slavery. And we had to do the best we could out of it. You know how we are. We get creative. We make different things out of it. Right? Right. Because that's all we had. By the time we got off the plantation, hey, that's, you know what I mean? It became a tradition that we followed, man. But the Lord, when we come back, the Lord said, don't do that. Read.
They are unclean to you. This is 11 and 12. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the
Now
water.
he's going to tell you in the waters what you can eat. Read.
Whatsoever has no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you.
So out of everything that he made in the waters, the only thing you can eat, it must have fins and scales. So shrimp, lobster, all those are roaches. Those are bottom feeders. The Lord created them to keep the ocean clean. That's why the ocean all dirty. Right?
Catfish you can't eat, I guess, and they got
No catfish. Right? He created those animals for different purposes. Right? And that's why the Lord's going to destroy these people, man, because they destroyed the ozone layer, man. And you got bears and tigers and zoos and chains. Even the animals hate this man. Right? And the Lord told you about the covenant with the animals. In the kingdom, man, hey, our children going to play with lions, man. He's going to renew the covenant, man. They're not going to be attacking you no more, man. Hey, you got birds dropping out of the sky because of the pollution. Right? You got whales drying up on the sea, man, because all the oil in the water. Right? So this man has destroyed this place because it's not built on the laws of God. God gave us laws for a reason. Right? Give me Numbers 15 and 38.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and
He's always talking to us, man. Read.
and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Hey, we still generating and having kids? So when he says throughout your generation, we're supposed to still be doing it. So pastors are damn liar, man. That's why we got the fringes, man, on the borders of our garments. This is coming back to who we are, coming back to our heritage, coming back to separating from the world, man, and following our God. So we can get the hell out of here, man. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So we put the ribbon of blue, right, upon the fringe, come on.
And there shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring, that ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God.
Right, so this is going into a man give me Exodus 20 and 8. A man before that had broke the Sabbath day. And that's the first time somebody had ever did that. They broke the Lord's Sabbath day. So they was trying to figure out what to do with the man. Right? So the Lord told them to put that man to death. Right? He got put to death for breaking the Lord's Sabbath day, man. So the Lord told us after that I'm going to give y'all a dress code now. Now y'all going to put fringes on your garments so y'all can remember to keep the commandments. So what happened to him, I won't have to do to you. Right? In Christ, Yahushua wore fringes on his garment. When the woman touched the hem of his garment, she touched his fringes. That's when she was healed. Right? So this is our heritage. That's why when you look at the old pictures of the Native American Indians and all that, they had fringes on their clothes. The Mexicans, they wore the fringes on their clothes because that was our law, statutes, and commandments. But it was taken from us. Right? Read that.
Book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day and
so the Lord had to tell us to remember. Why? Because we were going to forget. He didn't need to tell them to remember when he was speaking to them during that time, because he's giving it to them now. That was for us because we were going to forget. Now we coming back, we got to remember the what?
Sabbath day and keep it holy.
And keep it holy, read.
6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is
the first day.
Seventh day is the Sabbath day, is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. And then thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
So nobody should be doing no work. Right? No buying, no cooking, no selling on the Sabbath day. He sanctified this day. He gave you a day off, man. So you got 6 days to do everything you got to do. But what did the world tell you? The world tell you the first day of the week, Sunday, go to church. Give me Daniel 7:25. So the world tell you to go to church on Sunday morning. You worshiping another God, man. Because the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And now, if the other nations want to go to church on Sunday, let them go. But the people on the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is not to do it. That's why he's warning us. Read this. This is what happened.
The book of Daniel.
And like you said, it's confusion. This is where the confusion came in. Read this.
Book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
And the he is talking about the Edomites, the so-called white man. He speak great words against the Most High. Come on.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
We are the saints. He's wearing us out, man. He's been wearing us out since we came in contact with this devil. Read.
And think to change times.
This man changed times, man. Come on. Now, the Bible says the day starts when the sun goes down. This man said in the middle of the night when you sleep at 12 a.m. is the new day. Read.
And laws.
And laws. Go to church Sunday morning. Right? Forget what your God said. Let's go to church Sunday morning. We cannot let these people keep their laws. Read.
And they shall be given into his hand.
And we was given into their hands. Read.
Until a time and times and the dividing of times.
Meaning what? Until the times of the so-called white man be fulfilled, which is we coming into that time now. Right? Give me that in so what this man did was, man, he give me Judith, what you was gonna put earlier. Because they know if they keep us in sin and keep us from keeping our laws, give us all this information and keep us confused and make us pick sides and what to do. You got some of our brothers, they can want to come and fight us because they're in Islam. You got some of our brothers with the Kemet and the Egyptians and all Egyptologists, and you got some of our brothers in Christianity heavy. Right, and Christianity is ridiculous. They all Christians, but you got Pentecost, Methodist, Baptist, Catholic. It's just ridiculous, man. When this is your history book, it's only talking to you. It ain't got a damn thing to do with these other nations, man.
Book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
He's talking about us. He went to he said, if there be sin in these people, come on,
and they sin against their God, let us consider that there shall be their ruin.
That this is going to be their ruin. It's going to destroy them if we can keep them to sin against their God, right?
Consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
We can rule over these niggas now, right?
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
if they keep the commandments of their God, right?
Let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them.
Hey, we better leave them the hell alone, man, because they seen what happened when we came out of Egypt. They seen how the Lord destroyed the Egyptians, how he killed all their firstborn, how he brought all the praise on them, right?
And their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
He said, if their God before them, we finished. But what did God tell us? He was going to turn and go back to his place and leave you to your enemies. So their job is to keep us breaking the commandments, right? That's why bacon is a delicacy, man. Right? Shrimp, right? Hey, man, it's extra to get extra bacon, man, on your sandwich, man. Right? So it's their job to keep us in sin, to keep us on going to church on Sunday. That's that crafty counsel, right? Give me that in Psalms 83. So what we're showing you in the Bible, man, they don't know what the hell they're reading when they're in those churches, man. That's why Pastor only put one scripture and he preached for 4 hours, right? He's a motivational speaker. All he's doing is talking, right? Trying to sell you something, preaching you prosperity. Well, we don't got prosperity because we in captivity, man. The Lord said this is not our rest, man. Right? Our kingdom is coming, man. Read.
Book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse
Start at
3.
1.
Verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that...
A tumult is a noise. Like our enemies, these other nations, and they stirring up trouble. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they proud now. They that hate us, they lifted up their head. Now they walk around proud, looking down on us. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
He said they, talking about one people, has taken crafty counsel against thy people. He's making a distinction between people. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
We are the hidden ones. They consulted against us. Come on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
They said we have to cut these people off from being a nation. That's how they destroyed us. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Now the prophecy is fulfilled. Now the name of Israel is no more in remembrance. Now we niggas in America. Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom.
Hey, the Lord about to tell you who it is. The so-called white man, the Edomites. Read.
And the Ishmaelites,
Arabs, the Israelites, come on.
of Moab,
Moab, the Chinaman. That's, you notice in our neighborhoods, all these nations got stores in our neighborhoods. The Chinaman, the Arab man selling us blunts, right, and cigarettes. The African man got stores in our neighborhood, right? The Japanese selling our women hair and nails and massage parlors. Read.
and the Hagareans, Gabal.
And you notice how all these nations can come from their country and get a $500,000 loan and go open up stores. But we go get a loan, what they tell you, oh, you got to, your credit ain't good. You got to. They come over here, they don't even have citizenship. That's crafty counsel. They all come together and say, we're going to keep these people destroyed. They're not going to be able to build themselves up. Every time they need something, they're going to have to go to us, like the Lord said, you're going to have to serve your enemies just to eat. So you got to go to their stores to get what you need. Wait.
Gabal and Ammon.
These are African nations. They had a part in it too. Guess what? Because they sold you to these people. Come on.
And Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
So there you have it. So the Lord told you all your enemies, who your enemies were. Give me Revelations 13:9. Right? Because it's not going to be like this forever. The Lord said this is our last captivity, man. This is the 7th captivity. Right? Read.
Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So they forefathers led us into captivity, so they got to go into captivity. Right? Read.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Who he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Then they killed 77 million Native American Indians and stole this land. Right? Then they killed hundreds of millions of the so-called black man. And we don't know the countless people who died on the way over here. On the ships, being stacked up on the ships. Right? Give me Jeremiah 30:16. Right? So we got to take the whole Bible and see what it's saying. Right? When you read precept upon precept, you get the understanding, man. Right? So the so-called white man can't get away. Why the Lord gonna judge his chosen people and not his enemies, man? You out of your mind, man. God is just. And this man is a hypocrite because you gonna murder somebody and he say death penalty and everybody stand up and say justice is served. Right? But this man is the biggest murderer in history, man. What did Isaac tell Esau his blessing was going to be? He told him you're going to have the fatness of the earth and you're going to live by the sword. So, the so-called white man, forefather is Esau, man, and we come from Jacob. Read.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
So the Lord said, everybody that devoured us, they're going to get devoured. Come on.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
So we reading precepts and it's saying the same thing. It ain't saying what the church is saying. He said every last one of them are going to go into captivity. Read.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
They're going to be a prey, man. Give me Isaiah 14:1. Right? Let's see what the mighty prophet Isaiah prophesied, man. It has not happened, so we have to come out here and prophesy that it's going to happen. Just like our forefathers went and prophesied to the nations, we come out and prophesy to the nations, man. Right? Read.
Book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
No, he's going to have mercy on everybody.
Jacob.
He's going to have mercy on us. Read.
And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
If they already in the land in 1948 in the British Mandate, why did he need to set them in their land? Because we read earlier in Deuteronomy that we wouldn't see our homeland no more. We were taken and stolen. That's why he's going to place us in our land. Read.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
So the strangers, they're going to be joined with us. Right? They coming too. Right? The so-called white man want to write himself into our salvation and say, oh, it's for everybody. Well, you're going to be in the kingdom too. Read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They're going to be cleaving to us. Right now, our people cleaving to the damn devil. But the Lord said in that day, they don't cleave to us. Read.
And the people shall take them.
Now we're going to ask them to come.
Take them and bring them to their place.
We're going to take them by force and bring them to our place. Come on.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of.
What is a possession? I mean, we're going to own them. Read.
In the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
In the land of the Lord is the kingdom of heaven. We're going to do what? Possess them?
For servants and handmaids.
For what?
Servants and handmaids.
Wait a minute. We're going to be the servants of the kingdom. Read.
And they shall take them captives whose captives they were.
He said we're going to take them captives whose captives they were. Right? Read.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
We're going to do what?
Rule over their oppressors.
What did Ezra say? He said, now these heathens have begun to be lords over us. But the Lord said in the end, we're going to rule over our oppressors, man. Right? Read.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow.
We need rest, man. Come on.
From thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
This is what we was made to serve, man, and we need rest. And he said he's going to give us rest. Jump up to 21. Hey, because some of these so-called white people might say, we didn't do it. And I might say, he's not going to judge us for what our forefathers did. Right? Let's see what God said. Come on.
Book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his...
Prepare what?
Slaughter for his children.
He said prepare murder, mass killing, genocide for the children of the so-called white man. Come on.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the what?
Iniquity of their fathers.
So you got to pay for what your fathers did. Right? Because you're living off of slavery. You're benefiting from it, man. You're an accessory to murder and theft. Identity theft. Right? Read.
That they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the face of the world with cities.
So this is what happens, man. When a so-called white man rise and possess the land and fill the earth with faces of cities, this is what you get. You get wickedness, man. Homosexuality running rampant is legal here. Right? You get animals locked up in zoos. Right? You get the Israelites being trampled and stomped on. Right? And being destroyed. Right? So the Lord says, so this man cannot rise and possess the land. He has to be finished. Let me ask you something, brother. If you got cancer in your body, what do they have to do?
Cut it out.
They got to cut it out. Give me Obadiah 1 and 18. Or Obadiah 18. You can't take some of the cancer out. So people always coming up asking us, well, what can we do? The white man got to be exterminated, man. I've never heard a pastor in my life read the book of Obadiah. He won't read it. He can't read it. Because he went to seminary school, he went to theologian school, and he learned from his oppressor, and he was taught not to read certain things. Right? But we're going to read what the Lord said. Read this.
Book of Obadiah chapter 1.
And it let you know the so-called white man know who he is. Right? He know he's an Edomite. He know he's Esau, man. Read this.
Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
That's talking about us. We're going to be a fire and a flame. Come on.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
He said the house of Esau is going to be stubble. It's like when you set something on fire, when that fire goes out, everything is ashes and stubble. Read.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
After 1,000 years of hard bondage, because we have to do to them what they did to us. After 1,000 years of hard bondage, they're going to be exterminated off the face of the planet. It's not going to be another white man walking around here, man. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Because he's the wicked in the Bible. He's the adversary of the Most High. And he has to be destroyed, man. Right? He's not going to keep going around bombing people, lying and stealing and raping and murdering. Because God is a just God. But everybody believes in the Bible until you open it up and start reading it. Right? Give me Numbers 35 and 33. Now give me Psalms 137. In the book of Psalms 137.
Book of Psalms, chapter 137. You want 7?
Yeah.
Verse 7.
Listen to this, brother.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
Hey, they told us to forget. They said forget about this. Right? Don't they tell us that? That's in the past. But what they tell us, we got to remember the Holocaust. We got the so-called Holocaust. We got to remember the Alamo. We got to remember Christopher Columbus every year. Christopher killing Columbus. Right? We got to remember 9/11. But we got to forget what happened to us. But the Bible said, remember the children of Edom. Read.
And the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof.
Because they was cheering them on when they was tearing down our temple. Right? It was the Edomites, the so-called white man, who was cheering for our destruction. Read.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
So America is the daughter of Babylon. Right? The Lord said, who ought to be destroyed. Come on.
Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
So the Lord said the saints of God are going to be happy to pay them back to what they did to us. Come on.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stone.
So we're going to be happy to take their little babies and dash their heads against the stone. Why? Because didn't they feed our babies to alligators? Didn't they cut our women's stomach open, take the babies out, and put cats in the stomach, sew it back up so the cats can scratch our women out? So the Lord said that's just happy shall we be in that day, man. Come on.
It's Psalm 139.
Because they say God is all love. But I read Proverbs 11:1, it said an unjust balance is an abomination to the Lord. So God ain't all love. Was he all love when he killed the firstborns of the Egyptians? Was he all love when he killed everybody on the earth, right, except 8 people during the flood? He's balanced. He's a perfect balance of love and hate. We ain't all love, right? So we were made in his image. Read this.
Book of Psalms, chapter 139 and 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God.
No, he's going to save the wicked.
Slay the
He
wicked,
says he's going to slay the wicked, our enemies, read.
O God. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men.
In the Bible, the so-called white man, the Edomites, are known as bloody men, right? Their hands are full of blood. They can't even repent. You can't even repent for all the blood on their hands, man. Read.
For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that
No, the hate ain't in the Bible.
do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee.
So this is mighty King David. This is our forefather, King David, man, whose heart was perfect with the Most High. He said, do not I hate them, O Lord, read.
I hate them with a perfect hatred.
David said, I hate these Edomites with a perfect hatred, man. Come on.
I count them mine enemies.
He counted them his enemies because the Lord told us they were our enemies. Read.
Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me.
Hey, King David just told you I hate them with a perfect hatred. So he's basically telling you his heart is perfect with the Most High. He said, see if there be any wicked in them, man. It ain't wicked to hate you. When the Bible tells you to love your enemies, it's talking about your people. Give me Matthew 22 and 37 real quick. Because this is what Christians go to, but they have no understanding, man. It's talking about your people. Everything goes back to the law. Because Christ didn't come teaching a different gospel, teaching something different than what's being taught before. That would make, they act like God is some schizophrenic, right? He changing his mind. No, the Lord said he changes not. So whatever goes out of his mouth does not return void. Read this.
Book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment.
So he said this is the first commandment. Why? Because we already read it back in Deuteronomy what he told you. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Read.
And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
He said you're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. Read.
On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophet.
No, that's still the only 2 commandments.
Hang all the law and the prophet.
He said hang all the rest of the commandments, all the law, and the prophecies that the prophets spoke too on those 2 things. Now give me Leviticus. Let's see who your neighbor is. Right? Let's see if the so-called right man is your neighbor, if he's telling you to love him. right? Let's see if the Chinaman is your neighbor. He might got stores in your neighborhood, but he gonna take his money, he gonna leave that store and go back to another side of town in a nice neighborhood. Right? He ain't living where you live at. Read.
Book of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy
what?
Thy brother in thine heart.
So we're not supposed to hate each other. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
And we're supposed to rebuke each other when we seeing each other going off. That's love, man. If I see my brother in sin, I gotta tell him because he don't know. Read.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Right, suffering sin upon him, meaning what? I see my brother a homosexual, and I don't go tell him, hey, brother, you know you got to come out of that thing, man, or you're going to be destroyed. The Lord is going to put you to death, man, if you don't come out of that. Right? That's love. If I don't do that, that's hating him. Read.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Children of what?
Thy people.
Children of thy people, of your own people. Right? So I can't have a grudge against my brother. I got to forgive my brother, man. Right? But these other nations, man, he ain't talking about them, man. Right? He just told you they are nothing. Right? So we got to keep the commandments, man. You got any questions, brother?
That was a portrait somebody took back.
Yeah, it's pretty much like they did, like it said in verse
How you doing, brother?
3 and 48. It said they will pretty much.
How you doing, man?
How y'all doing?
How you doing, brother? That's the elder right there, man. You doing all right? Good, brother.
I got locked up, but I handled it good.
Oh, man, that's all right, man.
It good.
That's all right, man. We'll be out of here soon, man. And we're gonna be locking them up soon. Right? We're gonna be putting chains on them. Keep your nose clean, elder. Don't be getting locked up out here, man.
You ain't got to do nothing.
I know that's
They
right.
think of something.
You right. I know that's right. I know that's right,
Matter of
brother.
fact, he said that one time I took a nap in that park in broad day, like 2 months ago.
Right.
And this cop rolled by on a bike, and she arrested me for sleeping, taking a nap in the park. At 11 o'clock in the morning. They got this
Right.
law called camping. I'm not from here. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm like, how can you go to jail for sleeping in the park? People lay in the park and sleep and get tans and stuff.
Right,
I got my, she got it for camping. I went to jail.
But now you know why,
Black
though.
woman. It was a black woman.
Yeah.
Hey, but
She got me and another brother. I said, are you kidding? She said, she ain't got to do it, but this is what she do. Wow. That's the only way you're going to learn.
because we read to you 28 and 54 earlier. I'll be evil towards one another. Because now she in that position now. So they train them to come after us, man. So even your own people will lock you up. You know what I mean? Because they don't represent you. They represent that badge. And they be, sometimes they worse than other people.
That's not a crime.
It's not a
I
crime,
was taking
man.
a rest on the grass.
Right.
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm not used to this crazy stuff, that petty stuff now.
And you got to think deeper than that. You got to think this ain't even your land. You stole this. And they locking you up for sleeping somewhere on the land that they stole.
Else's land
Right. You know what I'm
They stole
saying?
it.
They stole it, man.
from the Indians.
That's right. That's why the Bible say this man is a fugitive and a vagabond. Right? And his sins has reached up to the heavens, man. Right? Lock somebody up for taking a nap in the park, man. That's insanity, man.
All day.
Right?
My staff was after hours. If I had you guys give me a ticket.
Right. Even a ticket would have been, but to go to jail is just,
At 11 a.m.
that's just oppression,
While
man.
other people are out here.
Everybody walking around.
Probably
I
sitting
took a
on the
nap. I
grass.
said I was tired. I took a nap. She said your eyes were closed. I said okay. Wow. Ain't bother nobody.
That's crazy.
Court calls.
That's wild.
There was some place not too long ago, a guy was eating the sandwich on the train platform, and they arrested him for eating the sandwich. And everybody got pissed off that was around looking at it. They went and got a sandwich and went right back on that platform.
Oh, yeah?
They kind of protested because they knew what they did to that guy was wrong.
Hey, he can do what he want though, man. He ain't got a care in the world. Hey, look, man, we in captivity, man. That's why. That's why you can be sitting on the beach eating a sandwich, falling asleep, and get locked up. Cause we in captivity, man.
They make criminals.
Right, man.
Get you in the system. That fingerprint, that quick.
That's it. They got you. Right, and that's oppression, man. And that's why brothers mad out here, man. And they say, why the black man so angry? What's wrong with them? We scared.
It's in your blood.
Right. Read that real quick. That's why the Lord said this.
Give me one more pass. I got to get ready to go.
All right, brother. Hey, good to see you, brother. Glad to see you today.
It's good to see y'all too. I be looking for y'all. I be asking for y'all.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. If you're a wise man, you'll be mad seeing your people in this condition, man. But our people happy out here, man, because they selfish, man. They think because they doing good, they think they're above their nation, man. Because you might got a good job and a place to stay, right? But you should be mad according to the Bible. Because read on that.
Salakia. And a gift destroys the heart.
And the gift destroys your mind, right? Some people, your enemy will give you a good job, a nice paying job, and you in a nice position.
But they don't
That
have a
destroys
mind,
you though. Because now you can't even, you look at your brothers out here, man, you ain't mad about that no more, man. So the Lord says, surely oppression make a wise man mad. Right? Give me Baruch 3 and 8. This is the last one, man.
Book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
What the Lord say?
We are yet this day in our captivity.
Nah, we free.
We are yet this day in our captivity.
The Lord said we are in captivity, man. Read.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
So he scattered us for correction and a curse. Read.
And to be subject to payment.
To be what?
Subject to payment.
What is being a slave?
Subject to payment.
Because you are subject to payment. You go to jail for doing something you shouldn't have went to jail for. Now you're subject to a payment. Now you got to pay a fee and a fine. Right? If you want something to eat, you got to go buy some food from them. That's being subject to payment. If you want somewhere to live, you got to be able to afford the rent to live somewhere, man. That's being subject to payment.
But they tore down a lot of places so people don't rent them.
Yeah, gentrification, man. So it's going to be more homelessness out here, man. That's why it's important for us to come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments. That's what's going to save us out of this situation. We have a power that's going to come and fight for us, man. He's about to destroy this place.
Right.
But if we continue to walk around, we see this happening to us, and we don't want to return to our power, guess what? You're going to perish with your enemy. Because the Lord said he's going to put 2/3 of our people to death.
Yes.
Because they wicked as hell and they won't repent. All right? They tired of the situation they in, but they don't want to change. They don't want to call on the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. They want to believe in white Jesus. Right? They want to follow the damn white man who's destroying them. They want to say, oh man, you can't hate nobody and love everybody. How you going to love some damn body shooting you in the back, man? Conspiring against you, man. Steady locking you up for nothing, man. All right, so the Lord said, give me Zephaniah 2 and 1. So the Lord said, if it's time for us, man, it's high time to wake out of sleep. All right? Because we are drunk and we are asleep, man. Read this, Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
He said, gather together, O nation not desired. We are the nation that's not desired. That's why they shooting us in our own apartment. That's why they locking our brothers up for sitting on the bench sleeping, man. Because they don't desire us. That's why they trying to build a wall to keep the northern kingdom out. We are not desired. So the Lord said he's gathering us together. The 144,000 elect, man, and the great multitude of Israel. Right? So we got to come back to our power, man, and stand up as men. Men of the Lord. All right? All right, we're going to get up out of here, man. Good talking with you, brother.
Good talking to you.
All right, man. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
All right, Elder.
I don't do that to many people, you know that.
I
though.
know, man. I feel special, man.
Okay. I love y'all.